Hello and welcome. My name is Peter Ray, and for those people I haven't met as yet, I'm a proud owner and shareholder in Boomering Inc., located here in the Philippines. And even if you do know me or have heard from me before, I'm hoping that everyone gets immense value from today's conversation. Firstly, a big thanks to the organisers of the Disruptor Virtual Expo for putting on this event. I know myself and the Boomering team are really excited to be part of it, and I know all of us will gain incredible value from these 3 days. So, who is Boomering? Well, the company was originally created by my best friend Dean Pascoe back in 2017, and his passion and the mission of the company is to offer simple and smart offshoring and outsourcing solutions to everyone from entrepreneurs to small and medium-sized businesses, allowing them and you to access the exceptional talents we have in the Philippines. I've known Dean for well over 8 years, and it was in October 21 that he gave me the opportunity to invest and become part owner in this amazing company. And then in January last year, I was even more blessed to become part of the Boomering family and work with our amazing team full-time here in the Philippines. But why should you listen, and what makes us experts? Well, last year we were recognised as the #1 BPO in Pampanga, which is a large province in the north of the country, by the Golden Globes organisation. This year we've been recognised as one of the top 10 BPOs in the whole country by the prestigious publication Asia Business Outlook. And I'm immensely proud that we are fast approaching a major milestone of working with over 500 incredible team members. Boomering focuses on and loves keeping it simple and smart. However, there are a few key terminologies that need explaining, one of them being BPO, Business Process Outsourcing. It was a formal business strategy first recognised back in 1989. So this generic term was coined in the early 1990s to enable countries to define the industry as a whole so it could be supported by government and non-government organisations, it could be regulated by them, and probably most importantly, it could be taxed by them. And then the crux of the matter, the whole point of our conversation today: what exactly is the difference between outsourcing and offshoring? I'd like to start explaining outsourcing, and I think personally the most classic example of companies using an outsourced service was back in the 90s again, when banks and large financial institutions took advantage of it. Do you remember when you could call your local bank and talk to the teller? Talk to the customer service representative in the branch, maybe even talk to the branch manager? Not anymore. The bank took the whole department, not just one branch, but all of them, and outsourced it to a BPO who now manage the whole thing. Don't get me wrong, the banks, or if it's you, still maintain control of databases and all sensitive information. The banks, or if it's you outsourcing, still set the service standard with FAQs or supplying scripts that the BPO can use to train the staff. But you don't pick candidates, you don't conduct interviews, and you don't choose staff. Your input is always welcomed, but it's the BPO's job to manage these functions. You don't even manage the team. They report directly and purely to the BPO. This makes for a very hands-free approach for companies that are interested in results that are reported to you, and it's the BPO's job to maintain KPIs or the outcomes that you have set and wish to attain. Unfortunately, these companies back in the 90s were more focused on their bottom line and delivering great financial results to their stakeholders and shareholders, and the clients became second chairs. The banks and financial institutions were more focused on making money rather than saving money. So the customer experience suffered, and of course jobs were lost. Though times have changed with outsourcing, I think it's this original attitude that gave birth to the stigma that's attached to the term outsourcing. And that brings us to offshoring. Remote integrated team members. This is very much client focused, and it's where the majority of our business here in Boomering lies. Because it's all about you and your shape. My favourite story here is a mobile phone store. You walk in with the kind of mobile phone you're looking for and the contract and the money you want to pay. You find yourself a representative and you start explaining it, and they get this glazed expression coming over their face because they're not listening to you, they're not paying attention. And when you're finished, off they troop and they show you the most expensive phone in the store and try and sell you the most valuable and expensive contract. That's because they're a square hole and you're a round peg, and they're trying to force you into their shape. We don't do that at Boomering because we have no shape. The client is our shape. With your help, we'll create a job description detailing the perfect candidate you're looking for. This leads to a project outline detailing our services and laying out the approximate costs involved transparently. Our team of talent acquisition specialists then go out to market and start sourcing candidates for you to review. You get 1-minute videos, CVs and resumes, interview notes. You can have personality tests. You can do English language testing. You can do any testing you would like to help you search for candidates. Once you've found the candidate you're looking for, you select them and you interview them. There'll always be a team from Boomering in the room with you because we want to make sure we're on point delivering you the right talent you're looking for. But you choose who fits for you and you manage them. They're working alongside you on your systems and your platforms. They become an integrated part of your team and your company culture. They'll work on your time zone and company hours, and also take off public holidays, either your ones or our ones. It's up to you what you want. They get you focused on working on your business, not buried inside it. And what do we do? What service does Boomering provide? Well, we take care of all the back office noise. You don't have to be experts in finance, human resources, IT hardware and IT support. We'll take care of all that for you. So there's no stigma attached with offshoring at all. It's about an offshore team member supporting your team and your business, not costing jobs. So why outsource or offshore? Most importantly, it's accessible to everyone now. It's no longer the domain of banks and large financial institutions, no longer the domain of Wall Street. It's on the high street now, and anyone and any company can do it, from entrepreneurs to small and medium-sized businesses. We're here to support those businesses. We don't want to cost you jobs. We want to help you install staff into your company and culture to get you and your people focused on doing what you're good at. We want you, or the high-valued people in your organizations, doing high-quality work that makes you money and gives you a high return on investment. You're free to scale, up or down, with very little commitment. You don't need to be experts in human resources or payroll. We take care of that. You get to focus on being the experts at what you do well. And of course, there are significant savings in costs. And finally, why outsource or offshore? Well, this is one of my favorite slides because, as you can see, a picture paints 1,000 words. If a job can be done remotely, you can offshore it. There's just so many roles and so many possibilities. Accounting and finance, information technology, marketing, professional services, business support, contact centers and sales, inbound and outbound sales calls. We recently had a company in Australia reach out and said, we need support in an architecture firm. Any chance you can find us an architect? So we did the job description, We went out to market, found them candidates for them to interview, and now they have an offshored architect working as part of their company. How cool is that? Many countries in the world offer outsourcing and offshoring solutions, so why choose the Philippines? Well, here's a few reasons. First of all being, we've got exceptional talents. Currently, 1.8 million people work in the BPO industry, and training organisations, with the help of the government, are committed to training future generations so we can keep that pipeline full. The population of the Philippines is about 118 million, 85% English literacy, number 2 in the world. The English speaking skills of the Filipinos is exceptional. We have superb regulation and support, not just from government, but from non-government organisations and training facilities, all committed to the future of the industry here in the Philippines. Established practices, 30 plus years experience running BPOs. I think we know what we're doing. And finally, Filipinos have a fabulous work ethic. They don't bring an ego into your business. They are focused and committed in supporting you, your culture, your vision, your goals and success. And of course, why Boomering? Lots of reasons, but I'm going to share the ones that were important to me when I made the decision not just to invest, but to actually come work for the company. We're exceptionally transparent, especially when it comes to client invoicing and pricing. And we're very flexible. We love out-of-the-box ideas and we're willing to bend and flex to accommodate them. We're very accessible to clients and team members, hosting weekly touch points and meetings. Flat offshore fee, I love this one. It doesn't matter how much your team member gets paid. My fee remains the same. In fact, that fee will decrease the larger your team gets. And that means I'm Switzerland, I'm in the middle, I'm neutral. I care for clients and staff equally. No lock-in contracts, no crazy penalties in your agreement. We only want people working with us who want to work with us. And finally, the commitment-free process. You can look at as many candidates as you like. I won't charge you a penny. Not until you find that perfect person and say, that's the person I want working for me. That's when you'll get your invoice. We believe in the win-win scenario, long-term relationships leading to long-lasting partnerships. Let's wind down the conversation with a couple of case studies. The first one is a medium business success story based on Norpac Fisheries Export. They first came to us 5 years ago wanting 50 sales agents. They wanted a sales agent for every state in America. Dean slowed them down. We're not a company that just grabs business and burns people's capital. We want to focus on getting the procedures right and making sure that a team could make a good ROI before scaling operations. So we started with a data person and 2 sales agents. That team has now grown to 10 to 14 sales staff. It fluctuates because the demand of their business is very seasonal. They now sell 150 to 200,000 US dollars a month of fish. Who would have thought sitting in the Philippines we would be selling Hawaiian Atlantic tuna direct to restaurants in America, fresh, not frozen, and delivered the next day? Anything is possible with offshoring. What else is beautiful with Norpac is their success led them to grow a bigger offshore team. 2 more data scrapers. An accounts receivable team member to complement their Hawaiian team chasing all their departments. EAs for their executive team members. Web developers and mobile app developers integrated into their IT department, working on better ways for their customers to order from them. even a logistics coordinator to track all the packages the sales team sells. For a small business success story, I'd like to meet Anthony Pearl, a business consultant with 30 plus years experience in the marketing sector. When Anthony first came to us 2 years ago, he was doing really well with a great client base. He was looking for an executive assistant to help take his company to the next level. Together, we found a lady. She had very little marketing knowledge, but a great attitude and the willingness to learn and grow with Anthony. Now, she doesn't just assist with projects, she manages them. She manages his email, answering what she is allowed and doing drafts ready to show Anthony when she's unsure how to proceed. It's very important that every client sets their own rules to start and then adapts them as their relationship grows and more trust is generated between client and executive assistant. She is now the first point of contact because Anthony spends more time out of the office working with and generating clients. She handles his social media to help attract clients to the business. In the old days, Anthony used to be doing finances and preparing paperwork for the next day well after hours and into the night. Now it's already done by his EA, ready for him to check. In 2 years, Anthony is working less and making more. Thank you for bearing with me. I hope this conversation has helped explain a bit more about what outsourcing and offshoring are, explained what Boomering do, how we do it, and how we help and who we can help. We have booth number 120 in the exhibitors hall if you'd like to come and see us and learn even more about it. But enough from me and Boomering for now. Let's close the conversation by letting one of our clients explain why they offshore.
To influence other people, if you want to make a difference in the world, you need to learn how to share more powerful stories. Hi guys, my name is Sam Cawthorne and I'm the CEO and founder of Speakers Institute. Now I didn't know I was going to die that day. I didn't know that that could have been the last time I was going to see my loved ones, my mates, my friends, my family, my colleagues. You know, sometimes we take life for granted. We run a global business, and one thing that we've realized in business is that when you find the right virtual assistants for your team, then and only then can you really start to scale it successfully. I've been working with virtual assistant companies for many years now, and finding the right BPO, particularly in the Philippines, is going to be absolute key to your success. We've worked with a number of them, but it wasn't until such time as we found Boomering. Now we've found the right team to manage our team. And so now over the last year, we've now been working with Boomering and we'll continue to work with them as we scale our team successfully towards the vision mission that we're actually calling towards. So I cannot recommend Boomering more highly enough to engage you guys to help you guys scale as you move forward. See you soon.